Hello everyone, I am finally back with another video, and today I'm going to be filming Homemade Squishy update number 57. And again, I just can't believe I've done so many of these. And this is also going to be the first Squishy update of this year. This is definitely very long overdue. So yeah, I do have quite a bit to show you. So yep, let's just get started. So first up, I'm going to show you all of the dragon squishies that I made recently. Well, these are mostly all of them because I have sold quite a few on Etsy recently, and also some of these ones that I have are also up for sale on there right now as well. But anyways, here is the first one. And this one you might have seen in my what colour should I paint this squishy video. I just did a video where I let a spin the wheel app choose what colour I should paint this squishy, just because I just couldn't decide like what colour I wanted to paint it. And I was inspired by Mariah Elizabeth for that idea. I definitely want to do more of those videos. So it's just in this really beautiful light orange yellowy colour, and this is a girl dragon and her name is Saffron. And really soft and squishy. And this one is up for sale on my Etsy right now. My Etsy is linked at the top of the description box below as always. Also, sorry if a lot of these are going to be quite dusty. Again, I mostly keep a lot of these on my bedroom floor, so they do gather quite a lot of dust. So sorry about that. But yeah, this is so cute. And quite slow rising in some areas. So there's that one. And then next up I made this dragon, and this is a boy dragon, and I can't remember if I've named this one or not. I'm going to have to check, but this one is also up for sale on my Etsy right now. And for this one I just did this pink gradient, which I really like how it looks. This one is also really soft and squishy. So yeah, you know that I love to make dragon squishies, and I also love to name them as well. Oh, and also this isn't a boy dragon. This is actually a girl dragon because I just noticed the eyelashes. So yeah, because for my boy dragons I do not add on the eyelashes. But anyways. And now moving on to all of the mini dragons that I've made. And you know that I've made many of these before in my previous videos, and I like to include all of these in their own little plastic eggs, just because I just think it's such a cute idea. And I actually bought a lot more of these plastic egg containers recently, so I do plan on making a lot more for Etsy very soon. And all four of these are up for sale separately on my Etsy right now. So first up I'll show you the blue one. And none of these have names, so whoever is interested in these, you can just name them whatever you want. So first up is this blue one, and this is a boy dragon, doesn't have eyelashes. These are all really cute. Absolutely love making these. Also, sorry that they're quite squished already. They might be a little slightly too big for the containers, but yeah. And these are all really soft. And the next up is this pink one. And this is another boy dragon. And the next up is this light purple dragon. And this one is a girl. So yeah, these have been very, very popular on my Etsy, so I definitely plan on making more for my shop very soon. And then lastly is this one, and I'm not sure what exactly you would call this colour. I think I'll just call it peach. So yeah, here is this peach one. And this is a girl dragon. And I did also have a mint coloured dragon as well, but I sold that one recently. So yep, those are all of the dragon squishies that I've made. And now moving on to the squishies that I made for Halloween last year. So first up are these two, and these are just these wrapped sweets or wrapped candy squishies. And I'm British, so I call them sweets. So first up is this one, which is in this really bright neon green colour, and it has black polka dots all over it. And both of these are up for sale on my Etsy as well. And these were really, really simple to make. I have made these before. This part is just made out of a round bath sponge, and then these two parts here I made out of memory foam. And yeah, these parts are a lot more softer and more squishy because I used memory foam. And then here is this one, and this one I just painted black and added a purple swirl to both sides. So yeah, as you can see, I painted both of these in Halloween colours, or what I think Halloween colours are. And again, I made this part out of a bath sponge, and then these two parts here out of memory foam. You can really tell the difference in texture. It's also quite sticky as well, because I used a lot of fabric paint or puffy paint to make this part. So there's those two. And then next up I made these 3 devil head squishies, and you might remember from my previous update that I made much bigger versions of these, and that I said I was going to make a tutorial on them for Halloween. So that's what I did, except I made a much smaller version because I just wanted to make some smaller versions for my Etsy shop, and all of these are still up for sale separately on there right now. So first up is this one, and this is the one that I made in the tutorial, and all of these I painted black, and then I painted over them with metallic colours. So this one I just painted over with bronze paint. And I absolutely love how these all turned out. These are definitely some of my most favourite squishies in this update. And I also added a pentagram to each one, and this is just made out of a foam sheet. And the horns are really slow rising, as you can see. So yeah, I just absolutely love these. I think these all turned out just so beautiful. And next up I made this one, and this one I went over with gold paint. And again just did the same design, and I added a pentagram on the forehead. Also very squishy. And then lastly, I made this one, and I went over this one with silver. And I honestly don't know which one is my most favourite. It's either this one or this one. I really like how these two came out, especially. So yeah. But yeah, again, just did the same design on this one. And I was hoping to make all of these exactly the same size, but they didn't turn out exactly alike, but still that's okay. And hopefully you can see just how shiny these look on camera. Doesn't really pick it up that well. Then next up I made these two witch hat squishies, and these also have mirrors on the inside. And I also have a tutorial on these. So first up is this one, and this one I painted orange and then added green to it. I was inspired by the colours of a pumpkin. And for this one I made the tip of the hat look slightly crooked, as you can see. And this one is still up for sale on my Etsy shop. And again, it has a mirror on the inside. I really like how these ones turned out as well. And this part is a little bit more difficult to squish just because of the mirror on the inside. But anyways, it is still really, really soft. Basically, all of these squishies are soft. You're going to hear me saying that a lot. And the next up is this black one, and I just added a purple ribbon around the, well, I'm not sure what exactly it's called, but just around the hat. And for this one, I just kept the top pointed, as you can see. Also a mirror. Sorry, this one is quite dusty. And also, by the way, the buckles I made out of a foam sheet and just painted it gold. So those are all of the squishies that I made for Halloween. And now moving on to all of the Christmas squishies that I made last year. And sadly I was only able to film one Christmas squishy tutorial last year, and I made all of these little mini gingerbread house squishies. And all of these are still up for sale on my Etsy as well. And these all come in their own little plastic bags, and these are all scented like gingerbread. They smell so good. But yeah, these were kind of a rush job just because I really wanted to get these done in time for Christmas. But anyways, I'll show you each one separately. So first up is this one. And also take them out of the bags as well so you can see them a bit better. And I also turned all of these into Christmas ornaments just by attaching some ribbon to each one. And yeah, these are all just decorated very randomly, just from looking at images on Google for inspiration. And this one I just decorated using white puffy paint or fabric paint. And yeah, these still smell really strongly of gingerbread. I absolutely love the smell. It makes me so hungry. I just really love the idea of making squishies scented with essential oil. I'm not sure who exactly came up with that idea. I forget now, but anyways, it wasn't my original idea to use essential oil. I did get it from someone, but I forget who it was now, so sorry about that. It just has a snowflake on the back, and then 2 windows, and then just this random swirly design on the roof. And the next up is this one, which I decorated using pink fabric paint. And of course the fabric paint makes it look a lot like real icing. So yeah, I turned all of these into ornaments as well. And I just did this heart design on the back. I know that after I've squished these, my hands are just going to smell like gingerbread. And then next up is this one, which I decorated using blue fabric paint or puffy paint. Also an ornament. And again, with just a very random design. I could have done a much better job on all of these, but still I think they are really adorable. But yeah, I just didn't have a lot of time to work on these, so yeah. I think these are also slightly sticky as well, not just because of the fabric paint, but also I think the essential oil has made them just that little bit more sticky. I'm not sure. And then the last one I made is this one, and this one I just painted all in Christmas colours, so white, red and green. And this one turned out just a little bit or slightly bigger compared to the other three. Again, also an ornament. And just added candy canes on both sides of the door, and again just a completely random design. I just added dots all over the roof and then a swirl design on the back. Yeah, this one is quite sticky, as you can probably tell. So those are all of the Christmas squishies that I've made. And the next up is the squishy that I made for Remembrance Day last year. And it is just this really cute pigeon in a poppy nest. And this is inspired by a photo that I just saw of a pigeon that had made its nest out of poppies. And I just thought it was so cute, so I wanted to recreate that. And I also have a tutorial on this one as well. And the pigeon is really soft. However, the nest is quite hard and quite crunchy because I did use a lot of glue to glue on the poppies. But still, it is slightly squishy. But yeah, I think the pigeon turned out so cute. I was really scared about messing this one up, but thankfully I didn't. And also really glad that I got this one done in time as well. And the next up, I made all of these KFC squishies, and this is another squishy tutorial series that I'm working on, but I haven't filmed another one for a while just because I have no idea what I want to make in this series next. But anyways, this is what I've made so far. And I also made the bag myself out of felt. And I have a tutorial on all of these. So first up is the drink, and I just made this Pepsi can. So yep, I have a tutorial on all of these, so if you're interested then please go and check them out. I definitely plan on continuing this series very soon once I decide what I want to make next. I really like how the details turned out on this one. I made this part out of foam sheets and also this part out of a foam sheet as well. This turned out a little bit shorter than I wanted it to be, but anyways. Oh, and I also made this part out of a foam sheet. Sorry that all of these are going to be quite dusty. I haven't been through these in a while. And the next up, I made the, I think this is called, yeah, it's called the Twister Wrap. I really love how this one turned out, and I also made the container to go with it, and this is also made out of a foam sheet, just because it is also squishy. And then I just added some brown felt on the inside. And here is what it looks like. I think this looks so realistic. I absolutely love this. And I made the wrap out of felt. And you can see all of the filling on the inside and also the chicken, of course. And for the rest of the filling, I just filled it up using white fabric paint to look like mayonnaise, and then I just used felt and foam sheets to make the rest of the filling. And then lastly, I made the fries or the chips, and also made the container for these as well out of foam sheet or a foam sheet. And all of these I glued together just because, well, I just preferred making them this way. So yeah, I'm really proud of this series so far, and I definitely plan on continuing it very soon, so please stay tuned. Again, I'm still not sure yet what else I want to make for this series yet, but I'm sure I will think of something eventually. And I'll also show you the bag again real quick. And again, I made this all out of felt and then just painted on all the details. Well, obviously using paint and acrylic paint and then fabric paint. And now we can move on to some much more recent squishies that I've made. So next up is these two, and it is this orange half and this grapefruit half squishy. And you might remember from my previous update that I made a much bigger version of this one, but I ended up throwing that one away because the paint on the top ended up cracking, because I think I forgot to mix in fabric medium in with the ready mixed paint, which is what turns it into fabric paint. So yeah, I just decided that I would throw that one away and instead make some smaller versions. And both of these are up for sale on my Etsy. So here is the grapefruit one. I keep wanting to say grapefruit, but I know it's grapefruit. And these also used to be scented as well. This one, of course, was grapefruit scented, and then this one was orange scented, but these have... the scent has faded away, but that's fine. I can just add on some more essential oils. But I just absolutely love citrus scents, so I really wanted to make these scented. And both of these are really soft and squishy. And this part right here, I'm just going to call it the stem, is just made out of a foam sheet. I also really like how the texture of the foam makes it look a lot more realistic, in my opinion. Yeah, both of these are made out of memory foam, so they're a lot more slow rising. See, I'm a lot more happier with these ones compared to the bigger version that I've made, and I made sure to mix in a lot of fabric medium in with the paint that I used. And again, both these come in their own little plastic bags, like how I did with the gingerbread houses. But I think I might have to get some new bags for these, just because these don't seal up anymore. But anyways, and then next up is the orange one. And again, this used to be scented, but the scent has gone now. But again, that's an easy fix. So yeah, really proud with how both of these turned out. I think these are very summery looking squishies. So yeah, there's those two. And then next up, I made this human heart squishy, and this I made a couple of months back now for Valentine's Day. I really wanted to make a much more realistic heart squishy instead of just making a cartoon version, or a more simple version. And I also have a tutorial on this one. This one took a lot of work, but it was so worth it. I absolutely love this one. This is definitely another favourite of mine in this update. And yeah, obviously still not 100% accurate, but still I'm really happy with how it looks. I also really like the texture of it as well in some areas, because I used my 3D fabric paint tool, puffy paint, to make the veins look more 3D. This is definitely probably the most disturbing squishy that I've ever made, but I just absolutely love it. I think it turned out so cool. And then next up I made this Phoenix squishy, and this is another one that I definitely plan on doing a tutorial on very soon, so please stay tuned for that. But this was just one that I decided to make randomly one day. Well, it didn't take me one day to make, it did take quite a while, but yeah, anyways. I absolutely love the colours on this one. And phoenixes are one of my favourite mythical creatures, so I really wanted to make one as a squishy. I was partly inspired by a t-shirt that I have, and also just inspired by, I might have partly been inspired by Fawkes from Harry Potter. I absolutely love this one. I think it turned out so beautiful. It's ended up taking many days to dry because I kept having to paint certain parts on different days, just because I was so scared about messing this one up. So yeah, it took me a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. And it is very squishy. I also really like the texture of this one as well, because I tried to recreate a very feathery texture using my scissors. So hopefully you can see the detail on the body and also on the wings. So yep, I definitely plan on making a tutorial for this very soon. And the last two squishies that I have in this update are these two stained glass window squishies. These are the most recent ones that I've made. I made these for Easter about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. I'm not really sure. And both of these are up for sale on my Etsy. I wanted to think of something that was very unique for Easter, and I absolutely love how these turned out. So first up is this one. And this one I just painted using just different tones or different shades of blue, and also orange and yellow, just because, well, I just like how those colours look together. And then it has an image of Jesus in the centre. Then for the back I just painted it black. The sides are quite slow rising. And I just outlined all of the front just using black fabric paint. And then lastly is this one. And again, this one I just made the exact same shape as the other one, but for this one I decided to paint a crucifix in the centre using red paint. And then I just added a purple gradient for the background, and then just painted the border using light green and dark green paint. And then the back I painted gold. Although I don't really like how the colour on the back turned out. It just kind of just looks like beige. It didn't really turn out very metallic looking, but anyways. But I still am really happy with this one. And again, I just outlined all of it just using black fabric paint. Also quite slow rising. And yet both of these are up for sale separately on my Etsy. And yep, so that is it. And yep, so that was Homemade Squishy Update number 57. I really hope you enjoyed watching. And again, I'm just so happy to finally be filming another one of these update videos. Again, this was definitely very long overdue. Like with all of my update videos, it usually takes me months until I finally upload another one. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, then please click thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because it would make me so super duper happy if you did. And again, don't forget, like I said, a lot of these are up for sale on my Etsy shop right now. And my Etsy is linked at the top of the description box below as always. I would really, really appreciate it if you go and have a look on there. My Etsy has been very, very quiet lately, so I'd really appreciate if more of you go and have a look on there. And also, please feel free to comment below what you thought of this video. I love getting comments from you guys. It makes me so, so happy when I read them. And also, don't forget that my Instagram is also linked in the description box below as always as well. So I would really appreciate if you check that out as well. And please stay tuned for some more squishy tutorials coming up very soon. Like I said, I plan on making a squishy tutorial for this, and I also plan on continuing my KFC squishy tutorial series as well. So yeah, just really excited to be filming some more squishy related videos very soon. And also, once I have the time as well, it's just become so much more difficult to film this year because I am now volunteering, so that takes up most of my time, and when I have days off I mostly just don't have the energy to film. But yeah, I'm still trying my best to keep up with this. This is still very much my hobby and I really want to continue it. But yep, I think that's all I have to say. Again, I'm sorry I talk a lot in these videos, but yeah, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for some more super fun content coming up very soon. And yep, so thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.